Okay, so this is going to be a video of rental house roof. We're putting a standing seam, no exposed fastener, metal roof on it, and here's a couple pictures of the finished product. But the video will be about the steps we took. So here you go. Oh, here's the underlayment. It's synthetic, super smooth here, and then on the back side you peel this stuff off, and that's sticky. Right now it's cool, so it's not very sticky, but man, when you get it warm at all, it sticks to everything. So, this is some leftover. Then the next thing we got to do is, sorry about the light, up on the drip edge. We got to put it down first. We'll put one piece down so I get started on the other side, and then after that, we're going to draw a line on the peak and get it started, get the first panel started. The first panel being as square as you can get it is the absolute most important thing. I've only done one other roof, but we learned you gotta slowly work like that. Got some panels up here on the roof. This is the drip edge. Fixing to unwrap that and get a piece on. I'll take a picture there. We got these panels up. These panels leaning, so when we can just pull them up when we need them. So now we have them laid out. So we're going to start over that way to my left. So you see it's got the snap fit side on the left. So you'll lay the panel out. You'll screw this side down. I don't know if you can clearly see those. Once this panel is screwed down, screw every 2 foot. Then you just take that guy and put it over the top, snap fit it down, screw the next one down. It's pretty straightforward. Now the reason why the ridge is all open is we cut 2 inches off each side, and the peak will cover that up. It's a ridge vent all the way, so it keeps the attic, air moving through the attic, keep it dry, just in case any moisture gets in there. It's one of the neat things about this roofing is it doesn't have vents in it, so there's not a lot of holes to seal. This is a improperly installed vent for the gas water heater, so it gets fixed. That's why there's not something protruding there, but we'll just cut the hole and be ready for that. This is the heat, the exit for the heater. It's gas heater. This is plumbing entry. This is a bathroom vent, and then that's another plumbing vent down there. So there's not very many protrusions, and the fewer the better. This is one anomaly that I'm going to have to put some thought in and figure out. I think it's screwed down to the roof, but what I think we're going to have to do is put a strap on this and pull the tension off, move this, put the roof down, and then reinsert and reinstall it. It's going to have to be careful then, because it's the AC, so it's unfused 240 between those two, so we want to be careful. Anyway, good thing I'm an electrician. And we're doing the driveway right now. He's just going to level it out, not level it out, but make it in a single plane, and then throw some 5/8 crush down just to make it a decent driveway. There was they dumped some concrete in there and spread it around. They had some asphalt in there. It was just nasty, so it was worth it. So, all right, I'm gonna get to putting this drip edge on right here and lining up the first panel, and I'll video in a little bit. All right, hopefully you can see. If not, sorry. The first 2 panels are on. Drip edge is on. We got 2 layers of the drip edge. It's kind of backlit, sorry. See if I can get a better light. I'll climb up there. We got 2 pieces of the drip edges, 10 foot long, so there's a better look. You screw this stuff onto a stud. Then took our time to square up the first panel. Gotta grab my beer, hold on, there we go. Squared up the first panel using the old Pythagorean 3, 4, 5 triangle. So Yeah. And then what you do is you cut these edges. I don't have the right tool. My tool is 12-inch, and you need a 16. These are 16-inch panels. But you cut the edges here, like so, and then here, and then you use this tool to bend them up. That way, when you put your ridge cap on, the water can't come blow up. And you'll caulk here and here, but it'll be out of the sun, so it's very little maintenance. You don't even have to worry about it really. But because the ridge cap will come all the way out to here, so the water's got to blow up 4 inches before it gets to this, so it never goes over and into your ridge. But you start off the edge with the click down side, so you can put your screws on. Then you click this other one down. You can see it, how it snaps in there. So, and then you screw the next piece down, and that's where I'm at. Yeah. All right. A little bit better idea bending that edge up. You can see them all. We'll go back and caulk those corners. Everything's all locked in. I don't know, it's been about 45 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10 of them, 9 or 10 of them in. So although we squared it up, the old house may not have been squared it up to the house as best we could, but we're having to slightly step them about a little bit less than an 1/8, just to keep the drip red edge at about between 1.75 and 2 inches. So yeah, it's just going along fine. It's a little hot up here. A couple of beers sitting there for my break time, and it's moving along. Barry the dirt guy, he's got that all nice and smoothed out down there, ready for some gravel here soon. He's a man. Well, this is probably going to get pretty redundant, another update. So I'll just show you this, and then I'll show you the finished this side, which I'll probably end up finishing tomorrow. Just kind of going slow. It's been a long week, so it's getting done what I can. A few pieces here and there. I'm right at about 20 foot. As you can see, we've reached the end of the second piece we put on there. They're 10 feet, so it's about 20 foot. About 2 hours of real work. Most of us sitting down drinking beer because, like I said, it's been a long week. Got all our lips up. We'll order this metal for the side and the ridge cap after we're sure of everything. Sometimes stuff doesn't go down as nice, so you got to get a little bit wider edge pieces or ridge caps, eve pieces, sorry, or ridge caps. If you look, we didn't quite get it perfectly square, so we're having to drop it down about an 1/8. It's not the professional way to do it. We should have spent a little bit longer squaring it up, but it's an old house, and you know, it's perfectly square equipment, so, or new materials, so you either got to be absolutely perfect or do a little fudging. So what that's going to amount to be basically is on this edge here, it's going to be kind of staggered a little bit as it goes, and if you look close you'll see it. Most people won't even see it. So not my excuse, just my explanation. You do the best you can. Anyway, so got those pieces moved up, got these pieces up. I'm going to put one more piece of edging on, see where I'm at. I might put a couple more pieces on. It's 3:30, so we're closing up on 3:30 today, so I'm going to call it an early day for a Sunday. Alright. Well, here's the end of my Sunday. It's about 3:30. Fixing to go play pool, so we got, I didn't get as far as I wanted. I wanted to get at least halfway. It's a little short of halfway. Maybe 28 foot. No, it's probably right at halfway. But laying down nice and flat. Pretty straight. Like I said, I had to stagger it a little bit. You can see the stagger. If you look on the really close here, you can see a little bit of a stagger. But, you know, it is what it is. Nobody's perfect. It's pretty good looking, I think. Coming together. We'll get this finished up, and maybe the easy side on that side tomorrow, because I got all day, so put in a full day's work tomorrow. Once I get to, I guess, about right here, the first penetration, it's not quite halfway, but almost, then a couple more, and yeah, making good progress. Very happy. All right, yeah, you can really see it better now. The sun's not beating down, but so those are perfectly lined up nice and straight. But then you can see once we realized we were fading out, you can see that little bit of 1/8 inch kick out on each one. Oh, like I said, you know, maybe a perfect roofer would have been able to figure out how to get it on there perfectly straight so that the edge is nice. But it's also pretty cool. You can see the, now let me get over here, it was a little more light. You can see the way they lock in right there. Yeah, right. It's hard to see. Backlit like that, so pretty cool. Anyway, there's that. So we got quite a few stacked here. We got quite a few stacked over here. Let me move this out so I don't get dizzy. Stacked over here, and I think we got all of them up off the back roof line. Yeah, so nothing but panels up there now. So all right, well, we're gonna do a little bit more tidying up and then go home. It's time to go home for the day. Alrighty, well, I got this last piece to do on the whole side, front side. I didn't want to bore you with a whole bunch of 10 panel updates, but so the next thing I'll have to do, actually I'm going to wait for tomorrow to do this, but I want to get some different cutters. But I got to cut that to length, bend it up on the edge so that the piece that comes up over, the eave piece, seals it and holds it down. But I'm going to see if I can use one. I don't know, I have enough panels to cut, but we'll see what we can do if I can save. I don't know why I want to save a panel, it's just retarded, but yeah, anyway. There's 41 panels here, I've got 43 left, so I can put 41 on this side over here, as long as I don't make a stupid mistake cutting around these holes, and then it's all good to go. But looks pretty good. So the next step is, and I've already kind of started, over on this side, I got my drip edge down. I put 2 pieces on, so it's about 20 foot. And I got my next panel sitting here. I'm going to bring it up and put the 3, 4, 5 triangle on it. Worked out pretty good last time. And we'll see if we can get started on this side. I'd like to get this 20 panels worth, or 20 foot worth of panels up before I call it a day, because then I think I can finish from about there that way in the next couple days. So maybe if I order the ridge vent and the eave pieces today, I will be able to finish it Friday, like fully finish it. That'd be really cool. Well, we made our goal for the day, which was the end of that 20 foot section. Peak's lining up good. We got an 1 3/4 hangover down there, so it's just right. It's lining up good. This side's a little bit better than the other. Experience, I guess. Tomorrow when I come, I'll show you guys how I'm doing these bends with a special tool. It's like a $75 tool, but you got to have it. You can make one, I guess, but anyway. Yep, so it's looking good. Pretty happy. Ordered the peak and the rake metal, so that stuff's coming. And maybe Friday we'll be able to finish like we're hoping. All right. Okay, this piece is the last piece for the front side of the house. I measured the top as 7 inches and added 1 inch because I'm going to bend this up. So 7 inches plus 1 inch is 1/8, or 8 inches, sorry. Then I'll bend this up 1 inch, so when water hits, it goes over, goes down. There'll be no fasteners here because the part will come over. I'll show you that later. But just chalked a line. It's only 5.5 inches down here plus 1 inch, so 6.5. Make sure you orient the panel correctly, because otherwise you'll waste a panel. And then this tool is from Harbor Freight. I call it a nibbler. I'm not sure exactly what it's called. Hold on a second. So it looks like that. The tin goes in between there. The little jaw just moves up and down, and it cuts it really nicely. You got to push it pretty good, but then it just spins it off. This Jerry, you'll trim the beginning out of this. Yay! And you end up with a cut piece and that. So the next step on this piece is to bend it up. Yay! Right, so it doesn't have to be pretty, and you can only do it, what, 12 inches at a time, because that's how wide this is. But this gets covered up, so like I said, it doesn't have to be pretty, but it's going to go like that all the way down. So let me do some of that. And you end up with a piece. Hopefully that turned out. It's got a lip on both sides, so water can only run down through there. There's a little bit easier way to look at it. Like I said, it doesn't have to be pretty because this gets covered up. So, alright, so this is the solution that I came up with for getting that weird piece off. This is the retaining wire. It's not power. Power is the inside. It's also serving as a ground, or a return, sorry, I should say. And all I did is put a little tension on it, let it pull off of the doodle there. Then I took these guys off. They were square nuts, but a 12-point socket. Euro guys will call them triple squares, or an inverted triple square. So now I'm going to try and pry that guy up. We'll cut this panel, put it on, and then try and lay this back down. All right. All right. So to fit that hole, which you can't go over the top because you got the live wires. Oops, I forgot to drill those holes. Dadgummit. Anyway, got the hole cut and then a slit down, and then out of our spare piece from the other side, which is why we did it first, we cut this patch panel, which lays underneath. It'll actually go underneath when the roof is done in this manner. Now this is all eave, so it's a low risk area, but it's just going to be a service item. You know, you're going to have to come up here and put a little caulk over the screws that hold this down every once in a while. I don't know of any other way to do it. And I got to get those drilled, so I forgot to drill those studs. Silly me. Oh, there's the install of the last piece before the trim goes on. I forgot to bend this up, but I can bend it up just fine anyway, where it's at. And then there's that guy. Got everything prepped to go down the way. I got this stuff just to cover up most of the peak in case a little bit of rain comes, but it's just trash. Anyway, it's right there. I got to do peak, which is ordered and it's coming, and then the eaves, and that'll seal it up. Oh, and then a couple of these holes, I got to do those.